This is Jessica Joy Reveles with Arlene Guerra on Women Who Work TV, live from Hollywood via WCOBM. It's Wednesday, and it's a beautiful fall day. Actually, I'm really enjoying the quality of the light coming in through the window, looking out onto Hollywood and Vine. But so we're here. We're talking about personal styling, Arlene's background, and now I want to get into what is this new business that you've launched,
right?
And then we've got I've got a really special surprise that Arlene's sharing with our viewers. So we'll talk about that towards the end of this segment. So tell me about your business model, your new model.
Yeah. Well, as you know, everything is online now.
Yes.
And for styling, for most of the fashion careers now, you have to have an online presence. So it was kind of a natural transition, and just years of experience, and it's time. I felt I want to give back, and I want to help other girl bosses ready to either jumpstart their careers or level up their online presence. And branding is so important, and it really branding has always been important. You have a marketing background,
yes.
So you realize that
it's a big part of what I do.
Yeah. So and now it's even more so because you have to stand out, and branding is the easiest way, I think, now in 2016, 2017, the easiest way to stand out. And so I built a site that is all about personal branding, and the focus is on fashionpreneurs because that's my background. Yes, and really I'm there to incorporate my years of experience. I've got a really broad range of experience, and really incorporate my style, I guess, how to style your brand, from anything from styling your brand to learning how to style your Instagram, which is so important now.
What does that mean? I think people are not going to understand what that means. I know,
Right.
and I can appreciate some great Instagram accounts that I follow that are really well styled, specifically in the kind of girl boss type of arena. But so what do you mean when you talk about Instagram styling?
Yeah, it's funny. It's because I think that it's one of the areas that is neglected, and I think that there's a broad tip. There are broad strategy tips and with branding about your Instagram feed has to be. Your content has to be good, it has to be consistent, but nobody ever talks about how to actually style your brand in terms of your photos and styling your photos and what that actually means and how to do it, instead of just saying, well, you just have to style your photos.
Right.
There is a certain technique, and there is a certain approach to it, and building your content, and that it's consistent, and certain basic things like having a filter that makes the lighting consistent, and having a very good strategic bio, little things like that. But the photos are, it's a visual platform, so everybody talks about
the aesthetic being
the expectation is that you've got an on-point Instagram, and so it requires some work, but it can be done, and it's definitely it's fun because you can be creative. So that to me is what styling your brand on Instagram is.
What type of clients do you work for, or work with, or who is maybe your target audience?
My target audience is. I specialize in fashion stylists because that was just, it's a natural transition.
That's a natural fit for you, right.
And online fashion business owners, because there's a ton of fashion boutiques now that it's easy to kind of start up online business now, but you also have to have a presence that is visually
appealing.
Magnetic.
Right.
So you have to attract your customers, and it's so important now, and you have to have a really identifiable brand. So that was a natural kind of transition for me as well, because of the whole styling element and just years of working and concepting stories and visually understanding like what makes something powerful or magnetic is really like the key word.
Yeah. Very good. This is so exciting. I feel like I'm learning so much about styling in the fashion world that I didn't know. And as you know, I write for fashion and beauty, but I don't have kind of this insider lens into how different parts of the industry work and how women can break into these careers. So I think we have a really good scope of, the business that you have online now, and you can go to arleneguerra.com, which is ARLENEGUERRA.com, and find pretty much everything you need to know about getting started and connecting with Arlene, and maybe having a conversation about, is a fashion career something for you, and maybe if you're already well into your career, how do you up the ante when it comes to creating a strong online presence and having that stable, consistent, beautiful branding that we're talking about here. So that I'm so excited for you about this business. I also know that you're putting together a virtual summit, which is really neat. So people can connect with you in a different way. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the virtual summit is called it's personal branding for fashionpreneurs, and it's called Be Your Selfie. And I
love that. So clever.
It was prompted basically just by my experience, and even after years of being in the fashion industry, there's a tendency to always want to try and fit in. And when I was going through this process of branding myself, I was feeling that urge to fit in, and I had to pull back and I had to pivot everything and restart and realize, what am I doing? I'm trying to not be myself and embrace what I really am about.
Who you really are.
Yeah, and I realized that was the only way I was going to stand out. And once I went through that whole process on my own, I knew that other girl bosses, aspiring fashion stylists, and we're struggling or we're challenged with the same thing because the market is so saturated. Absolutely. And really today it's all about owning your niche and
being who you are authentically.
Oh my God. Exactly. Yeah. Authentic is such a key word. So I decided that it would be great to talk about this subject doing a virtual summit online and gathering a group of very strong female entrepreneurs, fashion insiders and influencers. So it'll be a group of bloggers, vloggers, creative directors. I have an author. I have you,
fashion writers, fashion editors.
Speaking to, giving insider tips and strategies about branding, and doing it over 3 days, just short Q&As. And
this is in January.
It's in January, but you can sign up starting Friday.
Black Friday, baby!
Yes,
I've got this is great. This show today we're talking about. Let's get a jump start on Black Friday. I think this is exciting.
Yeah,
so
totally.
What's the Black Friday deal?
Yeah. So the summit will be over 3 days, January 17, 18, and 19, and it's free. All you have to do is sign up. You can either sign up on my website or Instagram. But then once the summit happens, there'll be lifetime replays available, but that'll be a fee. Okay. So the opportunity is to get all that great information now for free by signing up and getting access to insider perspective, women that have been in the industry for a while, and just a good group of girl and lady bosses.
Nice. Yeah. I love that. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm excited to participate and partner with you, Arlene, and I'm really, really encouraging everyone that I know that wants this great branding information for free just to go to your website. You can sign up with the form, and that is going to be available on Friday.
Yes.
So that's arleneguerra.com, and you can find Arlene on Instagram at Arlene Guerra _, and you can see what fashion styling for Instagram really looks like. So thank you for being
thanks,
here,
Jessica.
Arlene. It's been a pleasure. And I'll be back next Wednesday live from Hollywood at WCOBM, 12 o'clock. See you then.